Hi, and welcome to Creator Fundamentals. My name is Dan Currier, and I am here to help you build a foundation for YouTube success. Today, we're going to talk about demonetization, YouTube demonetization, and whether or not it might be getting worse. How's everybody doing tonight? Hey, Rodney, how are you? Gen Adventure TV, awesome that this is the first live stream. I appreciate you coming to check it out. Low Budget Gaming, how's it going? We have Just Here for the Comments, Alex Fishing TV, Hawk Gaming. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out tonight. Andy Streams, British Cook, and we dance. No, we're just getting started. You got here just in time. Audio is good. Sound is good. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Glad everybody could come hang out tonight. Tonight I want to talk about YouTube demonetization. It's a topic that I've covered a couple times, but I'm kind of curious what everybody's experience has been recently, because what I've noticed is it seems to have been getting worse, at least for my channel. So I'm kind of curious to see what you guys are experiencing. If you haven't shared this, I would appreciate it if you go ahead and share this out to any groups or anybody you think might be interested. Share it on Twitter, Facebook, anywhere you want to share it. That would be awesome. And also hit the like button while we're at it. Take care of all that business so we can have a discussion about YouTube demonetization and what we all think about that. Gonna hop in the chat here real quick. Say hello to Cats Fam, True Financials. Thank you guys for joining the stream tonight. I appreciate it. So there was an article that I believe I saw originally Tim Schmoyer had covered, and I'm going to bring it up and I'm going to show it to you guys. And it's a little bit in contrast to what I've been experiencing, so I'm really curious to see what everybody out there has been seeing with their channels in terms of getting videos demonetized. Low Budget Gaming says, almost every video is getting demonetized. I immediately request a review and I get reinstated in a day or two. Discovery Duo, how's it going? Thank you for joining the stream. We'll hang out for just a minute here, and then I'll bring up that article. We'll take a look at it and see if it matches what you guys have been experiencing, or whether you've been experiencing what I've been seeing on my channel. So, Alex Fishing TV, how's it going? I know, I believe you've had some experience with some of the demonetization, so we'll get into that conversation here in just a minute. Hey, and don't forget, if this is the first time to the live stream and you have not yet subscribed to Creator Fundamentals, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Creator Fundamentals is all about sharing well-known, well-established fundamentals on how to grow your YouTube channel, and it is the goal of Creator Fundamentals to join you in growing together, sharing best practices with you guys so you can focus on your content while I bring you the condensed version of all the information out there about how to, rank your videos and how to get more views and subscribers and how to set your channel up for success. So, Jay Malone, welcome to the live stream. I appreciate you coming and hanging out with us tonight. All right, let's see. Gonna take a look here real quick. Most of your Cats fam says most of your views are in the first 2 days, so they put ads on your vid, even though it's demonetized, then reinstate you after. It's called theft and embezzlement. Alex Fishing TV says, I took demonetization off completely on every single of my 200 plus videos last Thursday as an experiment. We'll reinstate tomorrow. We'll see what happens. Rodney B Hunt, chatting it up with Jay Malone. Yeah, I spoke. Jay Malone posted a video or a new channel. I think it was relatively new about I think it was Mid-South Cooking? What's the actual name of your channel, Jamal? And I know you have two, or at least two, but it made me hungry, so it's definitely worth checking out. British Cook is also in the house. He also does a cooking channel. I had one cooking video. CC. Oh, see, that's a good point. If you are experiencing demonetization, of course, you definitely want to do the request the manual review, but you also want to check your closed captioning because, as British Cook is pointing out here, sometimes it gets it wrong and it thinks you said something that you didn't that may actually be not ad friendly. So that's definitely something you want to check out. I appreciate you guys jumping in the chat and sharing. Oh, Mid-South flavor. So if you, it's a really very clean, crisp, put together channel. He has a great presentation, and from what I saw, it's definitely something that you guys should all check out if you like food like I do. True Financial says, I got hit with 3 demonetizations. Not too bad. Got them all reverted. Just sucks because of the lost earnings. Absolutely. Discovery Duo, very good point on the CC thing. Yeah, that's definitely something that I've seen happen where it just screws up what you were trying to say and ends up causing that problem. So the first thing I want to do, I want to show you that article that Tim Schmoyer touched on. We will take a look at that and see if anybody experienced it the way they are claiming it to have happened. So if we take a look at this article, so this came out at the end of October, so October 27th, and what it states is that YouTube identified that flagged videos, those of which were flagged for advertiser unfriendly, will drop by 30%. Now, I'm interested in seeing if any of you in the month of November, since this article dropped, have actually seen what they would consider a decrease in demonetized videos. I have 2 channels, and I would have to say on my personal channels, demonetization has increased. On Creator Fundamentals, the last 3 consecutive videos were all hit with demonetization on the 2nd or 3rd day. So it definitely seems to be something that's happening more frequently. Prior to that, I think I had 2 videos total spread out maybe a couple months. So YouTube came out and said that the system enhancements that they made, or the accuracy of the system, was resulting in 30% fewer videos being misclassified. So I'm really interested in seeing what you guys have to say about that, because obviously we know why Google implemented these types of practices in place to prevent advertisers' content from showing up on potentially inflammatory videos, videos that really aren't suitable for a wide audience. So they put this in place as a way to protecting themselves from those types of videos. But as we've seen, it certainly isn't the case, and everything from cooking channels to kid blog channels, they've all been getting demonetized on a fairly regular basis. So I definitely want to have this conversation with you guys and see exactly what you think in terms of this article. Do you feel like it has gotten better in November, or do you think it is still not quite where it needs to be? So I'm definitely curious in seeing what you guys have to say about that. We'll jump into the chat and take a look. All right, here. Just going to go back a little bit and catch up on the chat. Yeah, see, that's one of the biggest things, and obviously it's a valid challenge for YouTube because the platform is so big, but the idea that and I think it was Casey Neistat who actually brought up the point that the way YouTube implemented this practice is that they put all the burden on the creators, which is atypical from any kind of business relationship that you would normally encounter, where you know, they try to assume some of the responsibility on that front. In this case, they just pushed it on the creators, and basically it's the creators who have to suffer the burden of working out the bugs. So just taking a look here at the chat as well. Yeah, I got hit pretty bad a couple weeks ago, says Digital Pants. Thanks for joining the stream. 20 of my videos got hit. Wow. 20 videos out of how many did you have? That's quite a good chunk. And We Dance Vlog says, yes, we had a decrease in them. The first 3 weeks was horrible, but then we kept hitting manual review, and they only hit about 4 out of the 7 every week. Wow. Game Chase Pro, thanks for joining the stream. Leah Aaron, I don't know what I'm doing right, but none of my videos have been hit. And for the longest time, Creator Fundamentals, I started Creator Fundamentals in June, and I pretty much got to the end of September with no demonetization. Then I got a couple in October, and then starting the end of October, November, every single video was getting hit. Digital Pants says, I've never had a problem before, but then I suddenly got hit with 20 or more this past month. Mid-South Flavor, I see you switched accounts. Yeah, a collab with you is going to be awesome. So for those of you guys who don't know, my other channel is called The Average Dan. It was originally kind of a general how-to from the average guy's point of view, and I've since kind of narrowed that into RV camping because I did a camping series. My wife and I remodeled an old camper, and that proved to be so popular on the channel and drive so much of the traffic that I converted The Average Dan to a RV camping focused channel. So if any of you guys are interested in RV camping, definitely head over to The Average Dan and subscribe. But I thought it would be a great opportunity for The Average Dan and the Midwest, and I keep screwing up his name, Mid-South Flavor. It just seemed like a natural pairing for him to bring some of his cooking expertise to the people who enjoy the outdoor life and RV camping. So that I'm looking forward to that as well. That should be fun. Digital Pants, I have a couple hundred. So out of a couple hundred videos, he got hit with 20 all at once. That's rough. Rodney B. Hunt, my friend, has a video with over 2 million views that got hit every time he asked for it to get removed. They changed why it was demonetized. Now it says music, but it was YouTube music. Who knows? And that's the other thing. The other thing to consider, and I apologize, I'm trying to get past this cold that has taken over my entire family, but I think one of the things that people sometimes get confused that I've seen sometimes is the difference between, you know, copyright strikes and demonetization. I had a conversation the other day where somebody kind of thought they were all kind of lumped together, and they are a little bit different in that term. So I'm curious on Rodney, did they actually say that it was not suitable for advertisers because of the music, or was that actually a copyright strike that they removed monetization on? I'm interested in knowing the answer to that. Cats Fam, I'm still trying to get over 100 views consistently, and it's not working. I'm about to give up YouTube. Well, definitely don't give up YouTube. You've come to the right place. Creator Fundamentals is here to teach you all of those well-established practices that can help you move in the right direction. So depending on what your topic is, there are certainly ways for you to kind of maximize your channel. Now, it may be that your channel is not quite as focused as it needs to be if you're struggling to get consistent views and grow a subscriber base, but that's something that we can certainly figure out. So if you haven't done so yet, Creator Fundamentals /groups, or I'm sorry, Facebook.com/group/Creator Fundamentals is the Creator Fundamentals Facebook group. I would definitely recommend joining that and interacting with other YouTubers and get some ideas on how you can take your channel, you know, to that next level and help you grow. So just here for the comments, says sometimes they come back to normal without even having to request a manual view. And that's something that I had focused on for quite a while, because I was seeing that too very regularly. In the previous demonetized videos that I had, I would request a review, but they would become they would move to monetize without any notice that they had actually been manually reviewed, which kind of led me to believe that perhaps there was some automated process that would revisit a video. Now, the thought, I mean, I have a little bit of a development background. So from my perspective, if I was developing artificial intelligence, one of the things I would do is that each time I discovered a solution or something that had been incorrectly flagging videos, I would then make it go back to all the videos that were flagged for that reason and have it check them again and potentially monetize them for that. And I'm curious whether or not the artificial intelligence, the machine learning that YouTube is currently involved with actually does that. So I'm not exactly sure. That's just speculation on my part, but it would make sense why some of these videos get demonetized without that actual manual review taking place. Because certainly my channel doesn't get 1,000 views in 7 days, nor does it have 10,000 subscribers, so it doesn't meet any of the manual review requirements, but I've certainly had a number of videos that have been monetized again. So, all right here. Hey, Liz for a day, thanks for joining the stream. I appreciate it. Well, music video I made for my sister. She wrote a song about adopting a dog. Demonetized. Yep. See, it pretty much has nothing to do with the content these days, which is ironic because that's the whole point of it. Dat Player Pool, I have arrived. What did I miss? Nothing yet. Dat Player Pool, we are talking about YouTube demonetization, and I'm interested in getting your thoughts on whether or not, and excuse me, man, that's rough, or whether or not you've seen an uptick in demonetization on your videos, basically since the end of October into November. Digital Pants, since I'm so small, I've never really worried about being monetized. Don't make enough money anyway to have my channel support itself, but it's still kind of weird. Oh, thanks, Liz. I missed you too. So, yeah, I mean, and I wouldn't... I think the demonetization thing becomes more of a principle matter than an actual, hey, I mean, especially for small YouTubers, because the reality is these smaller channels are not making a fortune. It just becomes the idea that the whole intent of this process is failing because it's not protecting advertisers against the videos that it was intended to do so on. It's basically demonetizing all kinds of content. So it's interesting that even though you're small, I would still do your reviews, because at the end of the day, every time you do a manual review and some process, whether it's an actual person who is actually going in and taking a look at your video, or it's some type of automated process that circles back and around, it is all data. And the more data that's fed to this machine learning system, the better off it's going to be, the more intelligent it's going to be, and the better chance we have in the future, perhaps when your channel is making legitimate money, to avoid demonetizing videos that you don't want demonetized, that they don't want demonetized, and everybody's happy. So, Creative Queen, welcome to the live stream. I appreciate you coming and hanging out. Oh, wow, the chat just jumped here. We just hit 10,000. Dilly Dally Kids, Stephanie, congratulations on hitting 10,000 views today. Now you get to do the whole monetization thing. Hopefully you've gone into, there's actually like a process that you go through. I don't know if you did it ahead of time, or I don't know if your channel existed prior to and you were already monetized and you're trying to get back, but there's a couple buttons you got to click for the monetization process, and then they'll eventually send you an email or whatnot. So, but you probably already know that. Liz for a day, I have seen about the same amount of random demonetization since they started. I just requested a review, is usually reversed pretty quickly. I don't even give it a second thought anymore. Dat Player Pool says demonetization is simply changed so it can be made to people more viewers. I wouldn't know about this because I don't get reviewed anymore. Creative Queen, thanks. I miss you too. Dilly Dally Kids. Yep, it's all done. Awesome. Yeah, I actually did. I was curious about hitting 10,000 views with a brand new channel, and that's what I did here with Creator Fundamentals, because I really wanted to know whether or not YouTube viewed monetized versus demonetized, or monetized versus not monetized channels any differently. And what I ultimately found is that there really isn't any difference. But if you're interested in that, there's a video out there on that. But I've said this before on the Facebook group, but my channel has been monetized for 2 years and I'm not yet at 10K. What's up with this thing about having to be? So I don't recall the exact date, Digital Pants, but there were channels that were monetized, and then they implemented the 10,000 view rule. I honestly don't recall whether you were grandfathered in, but I guess the question would be, and you'd probably be able to answer that, is whether the amount of money that you were making changed since they implemented the rule. And I can look it up, but I'm not exactly sure. I wanted to say it's sometime this summer maybe they implemented that rule. But April, thank you, Low Budget Gaming. So April 2007 is when they implemented the 10,000 views, which basically means for all new channels that you couldn't request monetization until you reach 10,000 views. And my understanding of the rule was if you had an existing channel that was monetized, but you didn't have 10,000 views, your channel would no longer essentially be monetized until you hit 10,000, but you wouldn't have to do anything after that, because you had already filled out the process of monetization. They would just send you an email when it happened, and somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. But the reality is, with channels that haven't really hit 10,000 views yet, the monetization is so small it might not be that noticeable. Got to be all over 100K views. Not sure. It's made more recently than I used to. Oh, well, there you go. So yeah, they definitely implemented the rule. So any channel that started beyond that point doesn't even get to essentially apply for monetization. You can fill out some of the steps ahead of time, and then it gives you a little counter on the page that shows you how close you are to the 10,000 views. Once you've clicked all the buttons and done that process, and then that reaches 10K, then it begins the process, and they will review your channel, and then they'll send you an email when you've actually officially been monetized. So I'll jump back to that article real quick for those of you who joined the stream late. This was an article, and let's bring this back to the top here so we can see. Get up there. All right. So this was actually an article. First time I saw it, Tim Schmoyer had shared it, where they were essentially saying that at the end of October, YouTube had made a change that was going to improve the number of falsely flagged videos by 30%. In this case, the flags would drop by 30%, and it almost seems like it's been the opposite to me, so I was curious to see what everybody had experienced. So if you haven't chimed in yet on the chat, I'm interested in knowing how your channel has experienced demonetization, particularly in the month of November, and whether or not you've seen any uptick in that. You know, Digital Pants, I've heard a couple people state that, and I'm not exactly sure how that particular process works. Either they decided, or maybe I read it wrong, because I do recall reading that people who, well, my understanding is you would still earn YouTube Red money prior to 10K, but you wouldn't earn the normal ad revenue. So I guess the question is, do ads pop up on your videos that you've noticed, or are you just earning decent revenue from YouTube Red? Because YouTube Red is the paid service that doesn't have people pay to not see advertisements on their videos. And my understanding is YouTube Red would continue to provide you payments, but the normal ads would not appear. So I'm curious, if you're seeing ads on your channel, then obviously that's contrary to what I thought YouTube had stated about that whole process. And again, YouTube Red is typically a lot, the amounts are typically a lot less than the normal ad revenue, so it's something to look in. So if you're doing okay with your YouTube Red, then it'll probably be a lot nicer for you when you actually hit the regular regular monetization there. So, all right, let's see. All right, we got 19 in the group right now. Thank you guys all. Hey, if you are still in the live stream, I'd appreciate it if you hit the thumbs up button while you're here. Oh, and so the other day, a couple days ago, or a few days ago, I did a video, and that video was called, let me pull that up here. I did a little giveaway for a video when it hit 200 views, and that video has since hit 200 views. So I need to announce the winner of that. And basically what I did is, I'll grab it here real quick. Wow, slow tonight. So that video, I did a video for tips for new YouTubers in 2018. Where I provided 10 tips for new and small channels on how to kind of focus and grow their channels in 2018. And I put a little Easter egg in there at the end that basically said, if you make it to this point in the video, I want you to comment below with the word Bella. Bella is the name of one of our dogs, which is she is a boxer mix. And so there were 21 people who did that, and I used random.org right before this live stream to pick one of them. And I'm going to go out on a limb here, Hawk Gaming. And is Robin Blankenship, is that your wife? I'm assuming it is. And she's the one who won. So she gets to pick out a either one of these or one of the Let's Get Started t-shirts. And I already have your address because I am really behind on sending you your stickers. And she is the winner, so she gets to pick one of those. So you can just message me through the Facebook group or message her on Facebook with a size, and I will get that out to you. Alrighty, let's see. Just catching up here. That player pool. Can I shoot the thumbs up instead? I don't know. Did I? Yeah. Oh. The chat is delayed on my side, so I apologize for the delay. If you guys are chatting out ahead of me. So, yep. So Hawk Gaming's wife won the t-shirt. So what do you guys think? Do you think there's more that we can do with small YouTubers to help YouTube fix this issue quicker? Or are we basically at the mercy of YouTube and the whole monetization thing? See, the other thing that they've been doing is there's really a focus on the larger YouTubes, and I get that they do that, or the YouTubers, that they do that because there's a lot less of them and it's easier to manage. But you know, in my opinion, the small YouTubers are the future of YouTube because Casey Neistat and PewDiePie aren't going to carry YouTube alone. So I think it's really important that they try to resolve this as quick as possible. But I think at the very least, we can do our parts by doing that manual review as soon as possible and making sure that they have all the data they can to do that. So, all right. Do a little check here real quick. Alrighty. So, what I will do at the end of this live stream, if anybody is interested, is we can do some channel reviews. If you're interested in having your channel reviewed, just put a comment in the chat that lets me know that you would like your channel reviewed, and we'll pull them up on the screen and do a quick channel review. And if anybody has any specific questions about how to improve their channel, you can leave those in the chat as well. We can take a look at those, and I will do my best to help you. That player pool says, we are at the mercy. It's all quality over quantity now, so it makes it harder for us new YouTubers to grow unless we work harder than what most had before. It's my view. And we dance vlogs. Yes, interested in channel review. Awesome. Hawk Gaming sent me a message. Cool. I'll check that out after the stream. All right, so I should really be writing these down before they get out of hand, because last time I waited too long and there were like 25 of them. So, all right, so we are going to do And We Dance. And We Dance vlogs. And then Digital Pants. And then Low Budget Gaming. And again, while they're... Oh, Alex Fishing. Yeah, but it's fun though. I think channel reviews, and again, looking at other people's channels is a great way to see, you know, the way other people approach it, because sometimes you can get kind of tunnel vision when you're working on your channel, and you know, not only having your own channel reviewed, but seeing what other people have done and how other people view other channels is a great way to kind of gain some additional perspective on how, you know, your audience might be seeing your channel that you may not notice. So Digital Pants says, I'd also like everyone here to tell me what they think about me changing my name. I used to be called Total Meltdown, and I'm considering either going back to that or finding something else. I don't plan on changing again if I do change my name. So I guess the biggest question for you, Digital Pants, is what is your channel about? I think that is... I actually did a video a while back on selecting a channel name, which was probably one of the lower performing videos on Creator Fundamentals, but I think probably one of the most useful videos, and a lot of times that's the way it goes, unfortunately. A lot of useful information and things to consider when naming your channel, but it wasn't as flashy as Demonetization, so it didn't get a lot of views, but it's definitely helpful to do that. So change my game. Yeah, I mean, there's a, and again, to recap some of the things, when you're naming your channel, you really want to have kind of a high level view on the process when you get started, because if you intend on growing, then you have to kind of consider what's going to happen once you've grown. The first thing you need to consider is that your channel name has to be easy for people to recall. So you don't want some long drawn out random letters and number channel name that people won't be able to share with anybody, because you want to encourage people to be able to share your channel and tell other people about it, and then you want them to be able to find it easy. The other thing you want to consider is how many other people are using that name. If you use a very generic name and then somebody goes to search for it and they find 5 channels with that name, it's very difficult for them to figure out which channel is yours. The other thing that you want to consider is, if you're creating a channel name, you want to try to have that particular name available and secured across all social media. So you come up with a name and you immediately check its availability on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all of the other social media accounts, regardless of whether or not you intend on putting content out on those. You want to secure it now so it's available when you want to use it. The same goes with a website. A lot of stuff isn't done with a website, but as you continue to grow and you find a use for a website, you definitely want to have that domain secured, so when it's ready, you have it and nobody else steals it out from under you. So those are the kind of things that you should consider when you're actually naming a channel. And I think it goes a long way in, you know, kind of prepping you for the future. So when you do find success and you want to expand either on social media or a website that maybe offers products or service, you have it all and it's secure. All right, I'm just gonna, oops. All right, so Rodney says he just changed his name. Alex Fishing says total meltdown is a recipe for demonetization. Mid-South Flavor says selecting my channel name was a process. Absolutely. I mean, and it really should be. You don't just, and especially with the limited amount that you're able to change your name, you don't want to just create a name off the top of your head and go with it. I mean, when I did, even all the thought that I put into naming Creator Fundamentals, I still made a mistake. And the mistake that I made was at the time that I went to create my Twitter account, Creator Fundamentals is too long for a Twitter handle. So I created Creator Fundamentals across all the platforms, but for Twitter, I had to go with Creator Fundies, which Fundies is at least in baseball, when I played baseball in college, Fundies is just another reference for fundamentals, which is practicing the basics over and over again until they're second nature. So I had to go with Creator Fundies because they don't allow Twitter handles as long as Creator Fundamentals. But I made sure that it was, Mid-South Flavor says, but I made sure it was something that I could buy the domain for, absolutely, and all the social media names. And that's really important. It may not seem important now if you're like just starting your YouTube channel, but you don't want to wait until it is important to realize you can't do it. Because then you've spent potentially years building a brand and you don't have a way to extend it. Aquarium Sunshine's Valley, thanks for joining the live stream. It is getting worse. Talking about demonetization. I have an aquarium channel. Every single video is getting demonetized. Too bad I have to leave to work now. So sorry. No life for me. Well, I appreciate you stopping by and sharing your thoughts. Digital Pants. That's why I went with Digital Pants. 100% unique. It's definitely 100% unique. I'm still curious. Did you tell us what it was about yet? Oh, gaming mostly. Okay. Gotcha. Which can certainly be fine. Fowler's Makery and Mischief. Thanks also for joining the stream. Adding your name to it if you are part of your brand. It made my channel work better. Okay. And that's something I think that ultimately my name is becoming part of my brand. But it's something that every single video that I create includes my name. I introduce myself at the beginning of every video. So I think over time it becomes part of the brand in that way as well. Discovery Duo, yep. Having a .com that forwards to your page is a great way to promote, remember, and find your channel. Absolutely. Rodney B. Hunt, the website namecheck.com. Oh, that must go across social, checks all social and domains. That's nice. So namecheck.com is recommended by Rodney. Great tip, Rodney. Forgot about that tool. British Cooks checking out Rodney's channel. And Rodney does, you're still doing kind of a tech channel, right? Wasn't it Everyday Man's Tech was your previous channel? Is that correct? So that's something that I'm curious about. One of the things that I have considered with Creator Fundamentals over time, as I expand, right now, I do all my videos using an iPhone 7 Plus. Beginning at the end of this year, probably early next year, I'm going to convert to a DSLR. And as I do that, I'm considering introducing some of that tech to the Creator Fundamentals channel, and I'm curious what you guys think. Do you think that will cloud the message, or do you think that that would be interesting to see some of the equipment that's specifically focused on being a creator and helping your channel grow? I want to make sure that I do it in such a way that it is related to YouTube growth and improving your channel. But so I won't go full tech. I'm not going to do random reviews of products and things like that. But for products that I personally use in my pursuit of expanding and growing on YouTube, I thought it might be interesting to kind of bring those in every once in a while. So YouTube tech and tips. Awesome. Oh no, not the buffer. Is the stream still buffering? Let's see here. Trying to take a look here at the quality. Let's see, live stream. Of course, probably trying to open up the live stream health. Oh, that doesn't look good at all. All right, well, hopefully it won't stay like that for too long. How long has it been choppy? I am at the mercy of Spectrum. Good. Okay. Yeah, I mean, our internet in this area is kind of weird, where it'll be perfect internet and then it just kind of drops out from under you, versus just having like low bandwidth all the time. So we'll see how that works. Yeah, so hopefully that's just a brief interruption. Good. Okay. I force my kids and my family, and they love it when I do this on a stream night, that they can't stream digital movies. So that's good that it's cleared up. One of the things, if you do live stream in the future, one of the ways that I have overcome, for the most part, the quality issues with the live stream is in OBS. If you set the bitrate on video down to 1500, you can still put out a fairly decent looking stream without a ton of bandwidth. So that's how I set this one up. I think it's like 1500 or 1600 that it's set to, and that gives you just enough to put a serviceable stream out without getting too much buffering. So I should probably do some OBS videos as well to share with people who are interested in doing the live stream on YouTube. Discovery Duo says, I did a live stream last night with weird unexplained buffers as well. Yeah, your service provider can definitely hurt you on stream night. So, and it happens to the best of them. Oh yeah, 1500 is and also like when I first installed OBS Studio, I manually set it to 1500, and then I bought a new beefier computer to do YouTube and everything else. And when you install the newest version of the OBS Studio, it actually does live stream tests, and it tells you what the video bitrate should be. So it's pretty cool. So if you haven't done it recently and you don't have a lot of stuff saved on it, you can actually just install the new version, and it'll do, you put in your key from YouTube, set YouTube to private, and then it'll do live stream tests to figure out what setting is optimal for you to get the highest quality without a lot of interruptions. Oh, Rodney says he has fiber optic. I'm jealous. I live in a suburban / rural kind of area, so I don't have that kind of thing. Doesn't come that close to my house. British Cook asked, Dan, are you able to do OBS videos? Does OBS work with mobile phones? I don't know that there is an OBS excuse me, an OBS app for a mobile phone. But you can use mobile live stream, and I actually just did a video about mobile live stream where you don't need OBS at all, because the live stream functionality is built into the mobile app. So you can actually, I mean, you can't do all the bells and whistles like you can with the overlays and stuff and like the intro I did on OBS, but you can certainly go live with your, straight off of your phone using the mobile app. Fowler's Makery and Mischief have noticed on friends' channels that do a lot of catching cook videos and hunting videos. They just, no matter what, they are demonetized. Yeah, I mean, I think the hunting videos are tough because they seem to be cracking down on gun-related content. So I don't know if that plays a role in it at all. And it's interesting because there's a lot. Obviously, there are probably a lot of big channels that suffer from that, and it's unfortunate that they have to focus on something like that. But geez, I was at fourth. No OBS for phones. Jeez. Yeah, definitely. There's no OBS app for phones, but yeah, 4,000. So tweaking that down could probably help you if you don't have the best internet. Creative Queen asks, what is OBS? OBS is a free software that you can download that allows you to live stream on YouTube on a personal computer. So the way it basically creates an interface for you that allows you to kind of set up graphics and everything, and then you take the your live stream key from YouTube in the live stream section and you plug that into OBS, and then it's kind of like your dashboard for going live. So it's what I'm using right now. You guys think I should do like a OBS how-to live stream? I think that might be helpful for some people. Yeah, that sounds about right, Digital Pants. Open broadcasts. I live rural, but they did the entire rural part of the county. Wow, fiber optic in rural? I'm jealous. I'm definitely jealous. Discovery Duos explaining what OBS is. Yes, please, says Creative Queen. I'm assuming on the OBS tutorial, so I'll definitely put one of those together. Do you have any suggestions for live streaming to YouTube and Facebook simultaneously? Yeah, the oh, and I forget the name. It's not something that I have done yet, because I've kind of set a goal for this channel, or the majority of the focus of this channel, to kind of focus on YouTube first. And so I'd like to get the channel to 1,000 subscribers, and then once I do that, then I will start to expand and do the dual live streams. Yes, there's a I'll try to put it, I'll have to look it up, but yes, there are services that you connect to that will, is it Stream.io or something like that? I'll have to look it up, but they basically take your single live stream feed and split it out to Facebook and YouTube, etc. Is that what it is? Restream.io? That sounds about right. But it's not something I've actively looked into, and it's not something anybody has asked me to do a video on, so I haven't really dug into it yet. But well, we'll have to change that, Creative Queen. We can definitely get you set up to do a live stream on your PC. All right, so I think we ended up, I did mention if anybody entered the live stream late, I am going to do channel reviews at the end. So far, I think we have 4 of you guys set up. If anybody else wants a channel review, just let me know in the live chat and I will add you to the list. But if nobody has any other specific questions or topics that they want to cover, we can pull up the first channel and take a look, and we can see what everybody's got going on out there. So Discovery Duo says the restream is $15 per month. So is that, please, Creative Queen, is that for a channel review or the OBS tutorial? Let me know. Oh, there it is. Yep, I see it. So Creative Queen will be next. Creative Queen X. So right now I have And We Dance Vlogs, Digital Pants, Low Budget Gaming, AliX Fishing TV, and Creative Queen. If anybody else wanted to do a review that I didn't just mention, let me know and I'll add you to the list. And I will take a drink of water before I cough again. Hey, Jay Malone, I appreciate you coming and hanging out. I'll definitely talk to you about trying to set up some type of collab with the Average Dan and Mid South flavor. That should be fun, and I appreciate it. I appreciate you coming and hanging out. All right, so I'm going to. Yes, Enwy Vlog. He said, "Will you make this video live after the stream and go back and read comments again?" Absolutely. I read all the comments on the channel. All of my live streams are public. It'll probably take it till tomorrow sometime until it actually posts, because the live streams at the end tend to make the channel reviews at the end of live streams tend to make the videos kind of long, but Helix Fishing TV says, Dan, 1,994 subs, and I want to break 2,000 tonight. So although I wouldn't normally recommend it, if you've ever been interested in a fishing channel or you enjoy fishing, go check out Helix Fishing TV. He's 6 subs away from 2,000. And maybe he'll hit that milestone tonight. So I bet you there's enough people in here to make that happen. So yeah, 16 people in the stream right now, so you could probably get that done if anybody is interested in that. All right, so I'm going to queue up the you don't live stream them. Yeah, Creative Queen. I'm going to adjust here, kind of settle in for the live streams. Yeah, I'm almost to I think we're getting close to 500 subscribers. So maybe when I hit 500 subscribers, I will commit to doing more frequent live streams. I've considered doing one a week, but then I don't know. I don't know if there is. You tell me. Do you think we should be doing weekly live streams? I could probably make that work if that's something that you think everybody would be interested in doing. All right, so I'm going to cough again despite that drink of water, because that's just how it goes. Well, I think the less frequent they are, the more demand there is and the more fun they are, but I don't want to dilute the effect. But all right, let's get that. Hang on. Gotta find the chat and go up to And We Dance and go to that channel. Make sure that looks good, and then we will. Oh, gotta make sure that's not making noise in the background. Okay, so we are going to bring up And We Dance, and I'm trying to find, let's see if I can. I don't want to cut off. And almost there. There we go. I think that's good. Just trying to get you guys to keep the chat on the screen and be able to check out the channel so we can all see what everybody's thoughts are. All right, so the first channel we are going to take a look at for channel review is called And We Dance. And We Dance Vlogs. So let's take a look at that channel now. And here we have it. All right, so now one of the things you'll find with channel reviews is they do tend to get a little bit repetitive, because there are some basic things that everybody should be doing that can help your channel grow faster than it might otherwise grow if you're not taking advantage of them. I thought I was already subscribed to this, but we will go ahead and subscribe. And We Dance daily challenges, reviews, health, and life. So this is basically a family vlog. And we will, let's see here, take a look at videos. Let's see if we can do a grid format here. Make sure that's fitting on the screen fairly well. Okay. So one of the things, obviously with your channel art, you have, you know, good branding there with your icon and what you got going on here, and you kind of pull that in here. The one thing on that I would say about your thumbnails is that it's difficult to know that they're yours. I would imagine to some degree for some of them, your subscribers may know that they're yours, but maybe somebody who's potentially interested in joining your channel might not recognize that that these are all from the same channel. And what we'll also do here, yeah, hang on a sec here. We will do, I'm going to bring up another tool here real quick from my good friend Nico at MorningFame. And that is the review tool. And what we'll do is we'll also take a look at the channel on that tool as well, which is going to give us some additional insight or a different way of looking at things. So, and we dance. Let's see, grab that. MorningFame. All right, so while that's chugging in the background, we'll transition back to the actual, there we go. So many clicks. There we go. Okay. Scroll down. Okay, so this is good. You got your, so one of the things that I recommend that everybody does it a little bit differently, but I like the look of the vertical or the horizontal playlists where you add a playlist to your channel. And that's what he has going on here with the descriptions. You want to make sure that you get descriptions on all of your playlists. And the other thing to consider with playlists is that playlists are searchable like videos. So whenever possible, if you can use a keyword phrase for the title of your playlist that can potentially rank in search, that's one more way people can find your content. So whenever possible, that's a good idea as well. So we've got, and classic vlogs, movie trailer reactions, challenges and fun. So definitely a family vlog style channel. And like I mentioned, the one thing that I would consider is finding ways to find unity in your thumbnails, and also to pull your branding into your thumbnails. Now, I see in some of these your face is in them, which is really good and helps people identify your brand. But if, you know, somebody sees this video or maybe even this video or some of these other ones, there's no real way for them to associate that with your channel. And the way that I usually describe this is if somebody's watching one of your videos and they're interested in it and they enjoy it, and then you have all of those recommended videos on the right hand side of the screen, you want to make sure that they can easily identify your other content in that list of videos relatively quickly without having to search for the actual channel name below those. So whenever possible, if you have some unity between your thumbnails so people can tell that they're all yours, I think that provides an advantage to you. Let's see if we pulled up. All right, so the other reason I wanted to look in here, and we'll look at the thumbnails. So this is an example here. So if we look at all your thumbnails, I mean, you definitely have a recognizable style on a lot of them, and your face is in them. But I think the ones where your face isn't in them makes it a little bit of a challenge. I mean, it's not going to be as big of a deal, obviously, for your followers. And we'll take a look in the dark version here as well. But again, when you're trying to bring in those people who might be interested in and understand and recognize your content, they might not know from all of these that they're yours. So, and it can be as simple as just taking your little icon there and just throwing it on your thumbnail in the lower left-hand corner or something, so people can identify they're yours. And then that gives you a little more leeway to do whatever kind of style you want on those. And then, all right, whoops. So in this case, and this is kind of like, this is similar to my channel in terms of my upload schedule. It's kind of around a bit, and that's a challenge that I have with mine as well. I don't really adhere to a particular time of day, but you look like you're pretty much loading on every day, or whenever during the week it happens to fall. And the other thing you want to do is just take a look real quick on some of your more recent videos. The other thing you want to do in making thumbnails is obviously you want to make sure that your text is readable when they get small. And as you can see here, it tells you what type of device they might appear at this size on. And then the other thing that you can do, and this is another valuable thing from MorningFame that you get. If you haven't signed up for MorningFame, it is invite only, but you can go to MorningFame, MorningFame, which is morningfa.me/invite/creator fundamentals, and you can actually use that to sign up. But this is one of the features. Every time you load a video to MorningFame, within 24 hours, they send you this comparison to see how your thumbnail compares to other people who have videos that are ranking alongside yours. So it kind of gives you an idea of whether or not your thumbnail stands out from the crowd, which is kind of a valuable piece to know whether or not you're going to win that click when somebody is scrolling through similar content. And the other thing you want to do is, as much as possible, and here's the challenge with vlogs. So it's a lot of people do vlogs where they basically document and then they try to backfeed metadata SEO in terms of trying to get what they've recorded to be found. So it becomes challenging to try to find keyword phrases that can actually rank. Whereas if you approached your day with a theme or a keyword phrase and then tried to make a video around it, might give you like on some of the challenge videos, obviously it's probably easier for you to rank your search terms because you can kind of map out what search term you want to make the video about, whether it's a particular challenge or whatever the case may be. And then that makes it easier for you to rank on those phrases. But obviously these kind of things can be more challenging. So whenever possible, if you can kind of give some thought before you actually record what the video is going to be about, it might help you a little bit more to rank some phrases. And yeah, and again, it's a challenge of a lot of vloggers to try to find ways to actually find rankable phrases. But I definitely think you can speed up your growth by finding more search terms that can rank and also creating some unity with your thumbnails. I mean, you definitely have some cool looking effects here, and as long as people can tie those all together, that'll probably help you out a lot. And then again, this is another cool feature from MorningFame, which is basically tells you the videos that worked best for you in terms of views and engagement, and to try to do those kind of videos. So, all right. Just gonna jump in the chat here real quick, since I wasn't really paying attention to it here. Live after, I'm down for a review, says Discovery Duo. Fowler's Makery and Mischief. Sounds great, Dan. Yeah, Rodney, and that's basically the ideal way to do vlogging and be able to get max views on that is to kind of plan ahead what you're going to vlog about rather than just recording a bunch of footage and trying to put together something interesting. If you can focus on a concept, that can be really helpful in helping to grow your channel. Oh, Creative Queen's battery's almost dead. Yep, it'll definitely be up for replay, so you can definitely check that out. Yeah, and again, depending on the format and how you normally record your vlogs, it may be an adjustment. Hey, I appreciate you joining the stream, and we dance. But yeah, that'll kind of help you get the definitely and again, if you want to stick with the way you've been doing your thumbnails and just throw your icon on there, you could certainly do that. Or your face can also be, if you're in all your videos, your face is absolutely an integral part of your branding. So if you just want to make sure that you always create a thumbnail that includes your face, if you are the primary person in all of your family vlog videos, then just getting your face on there works too. All right, so got that down. British Cooks, does anyone know where the best place to put a watermark transparent logo on your thumbnail is? I think Dan said lower left. All right, so that player pool, add you to the mix. British Cook, the watermark, or well, it's more in this case, it's more like a logo, but there is a watermark that you can actually add to your video, so that's part of the setup in Creator Studio, which you should also do, because that watermark is also a subscribe. If they hover over it, they can subscribe. So if you haven't done the watermark on your channel, I would definitely recommend that. For starters, you can actually find a subscribe icon and put that in there so people know that they can click on it to subscribe. Also, if you can incorporate that subscribe in some element of your channel, you can do that as well. Like mine, I think is my face plus subscribe as the watermark. But in terms of adding your icon to your, and again, you're talking about thumbnails, but on your thumbnail, I think lower left is probably one of the better places. I guess you can do upper right too, but the one thing that you want to avoid is lower right, because lower right is where the timestamp appears, and the timestamp covers up whatever you put there. So you want to avoid the lower right at all costs. The Real Aaron, thanks for joining the stream. Hello to you as well. All right, so we are going to, hang on, bear with me for just a moment. We're going to bring up the next channel, which is Digital Pants. Give me just a moment, and we will grab that one, and we will all take a look together. Trying to find Digital Pants in here. Or, oh, there you are. All right. Pop open that channel. Digital Pants. All right. Next channel we're going to look at is Digital Pants. Appears to be a gaming channel, so let's take a peek here. Stop that video. All right, so Digital Pants. I see the unity between your logo here and the kind of the background honeycomb pattern you have going on there. I can kind of tell it's gaming based on a couple elements you have here. You have the little gaming control. This could be gaming, although I'm not familiar with what it is. This looks like a little bit of Minecraft. This over here, I don't know, looks like Slender Man. I'm not sure what that what that one is, and I'm not sure if this is like a picture of you. Um, but it probably doesn't hurt to, include a tagline that says exactly what you're doing on your channel. Because what I would do in this case, if I'm not quite sure what's going on, I'll head over to the About section. Hello, my name is Will. I hope my videos will always bring a smile to your face and brighten your day, because in the end, that's what really matters. So subscribe for daily videos, including Let's Plays, challenges, vlogs, and other shenanigans. All right, so I would do some truncated variation of this as a tagline in your channel art to kind of let people know what to expect. And take a look at your channel page. Stop that and take a look. All right, so it's my personal belief that these vertical displays of uploads are kind of a waste of real estate that you could be using. You don't really need to have a display that gives your description and everything. What you want to do is use the power of your thumbnails to kind of get people interested in your content, which is why I like the horizontal playlists. Now, the one thing that I do notice here, and I do see you have a few different playlists, and we're going to look, let's look in here first at your videos. And then I want to look at playlists. All right, so you have a ton of playlists. So basically, for any of your playlists that have at least 5 videos in them, I would try to get those spread out on your main channel page. You can organize the playlists by most popular video to kind of get your most successful stuff in front of people, to kind of grow in that regard. Now, I see scattered throughout your thumbnails here, some of them look like simply screenshots from the video, so I don't even know if you've actually done a custom thumbnail, but there was actually a great video that was done by Nico over at MorningFame. So if you actually go over to the MorningFame YouTube channel, he did a video about some analysis that was done that basically said, I don't remember what the exact percentage was, but it was like 30, 40, or 50% more views on videos where you've actually used a custom thumbnail. And that's saying nothing to the degree, to the how good the custom thumbnail was. Simply adding a custom thumbnail was getting that much better results. So if you do a custom thumbnail and you nail your custom thumbnail, you have the opportunity to get even more views. So the one thing I do notice about your thumbnails is that they're kind of all over the place. And I do see in quite a few of them, though, that you are in them. So if you are in your videos, I would highly recommend including your face on your thumbnail. I see you've done it sporadically in a number of different ways, but you want to make sure that it's front and center and people can see your eyes, because that's another thing. And YouTube has even gone so far as to identify that thumbnails with faces are clicked a lot more often than those without. So it is definitely something that it's not just, hey, this looks good. It's effective in getting more views and getting people to click on your thumbnails. So, try to come up with a way to get a nice clean image of your face that's well lit, probably something a little better than this here, and try to find some consistency and a way to pull your branding onto your thumbnails. That would be my suggestion here. Again, get your content, or get this information on your page. And let me throw, while we're looking at that, I will throw this into the analyzer here, and we'll see what else we can see. Make sure that looks good. Okay, so yeah, on this page, I would get rid of this upload section. I would try to fill in this space with some horizontal playlists. You just go and you do the single playlist from your ad section, which will appear down here at the bottom. And that'll give people a lot more exposure to what it is that you're trying to do, and go from there. Just want to see one quick thing with your, yeah, so you definitely have enough playlists that have at least, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you have plenty in there that you can get those spread out on your actual channel page. So take a look at your site. So going back to the potential of changing your name, one, I see that you, looks like that you're kind of doing videos on any number of days, kind of in the same general time frame every day, which is fine. Subscriber count is hidden. And then this is a good thing. So if we look at your thumbs here, so we're looking for a consistent look. And as you can see, when you see all these together, there's not really a lot of consistency there. And consistency is what helps you build that brand recognition. And that's really what you kind of want to embed in people's mind of, hey, I recognize that thumbnail as so-and-so. That's one of the things that I have tried to do on my channel, is have my thumbnails be instantly identifiable as my thumbnails. You know, they're all very consistent. They all have my face, and they all have a very specific, you know, color scheme. So that's what you want to try to achieve on your thumbnails. And you also want to make sure you're not really putting a lot of words in your thumbnails. So as far as the size goes, that's not really an issue. But like here, you have the "it's a trap," which is a favorite saying in my family. But as you can see here, when it gets small, you can't really read it. You want to avoid putting font over images that have varying colors in the background this way, because they get lost, they get muddied, and they blend in. One of the things you can do, you can put boxes like solid color boxes behind the text to make them more legible and easy to read. So all right, so here your last two videos don't have any search tags in them, so you definitely want I have a playlist called How to Grow Your Channel Fast in 2018, which I've been kind of digging into the basic core stuff, like how to create thumbnails, how to do keyword research. I just did a keyword research video in that playlist. I'd recommend watching that. That's going to explain the importance of tags, how to do tags, how to use YouTube, and how to use a tool like TubeBuddy to do some keyword research and allow people to find your videos, because it makes it really hard to find your content if you don't have any tags telling YouTube what your videos are about. So I see that you've done it here. You want to avoid using single word tags. You actually want to find keyword phrases that you can rank on. And again, if you check out that video, it'll give you what you need to be doing and exactly how you should be approaching these. You know, this kind of stuff where you're kind of identifying popular YouTubers, not going to help you. Not going to help people find your content at all. So you definitely want to check out that video and start using keyword phrases. And it helps a ton. It can really help people find your content. So again, here, taking a look at some of your more popular videos. Again, they all seem to have your face in them, and they've all done well on your channel relative to the other videos in terms of views and engagement. So alrighty. Just going to hop in the chat here real quick, see how we're doing. Oh, I'm like way up in the chat here. I gotta get back, catch up with everybody. All right. If you look a bit farther down, you'll see more thumbnails with the same face on it. Okay. Oh, scroll up a little bit here. Vlogs Live. Hello, Vlogs Live. Does that count as a shout out? Thank you for joining the live stream. Vlogs Live says, I use TubeBuddy. TubeBuddy's great. If you're not using TubeBuddy, you should definitely sign up. You can go to tubebuddy.com/creator fundamentals, hashtag affiliate link. And you can use the there's a free version. Definitely get the free version. There's no reason not to get the free version. If you want to unlock some other features, you can actually get one of the paid tiers, and you can use the promo code DansBuddy, and that'll save you 20% on that. So that's something that you can do as well. Those first 3 montages were a long time ago. Okay, cool. Yeah, as long as you know the approach, Digital Pants, that's cool. Yep, using your face. Please review my channel. We'll add you to the list. Vlogs live. All right, and if you look down a bit farther, you'll see thumbnails with the same face in it. And all right, vlogs live, guys. Never ask somebody to sub for you in a live stream chat. That is an excellent lesson. First of all, successful YouTubers or people who are growing on YouTube the right way won't subscribe to your channel anyway. And it's not going to help you, so. Review. Please review. I only use the free version. Is the subscribe sign free? What subscribe sign are you talking about? Are you talking about my Subscribe? Anybody notice that that's what that says? Subscribe? How many people were in this live stream the entire time and never realized that that doesn't say subscribe? Let me know in the comments. All right. Okay, so we took care. So my father actually makes the probably can't really, well, here, let's see. I had my father make this. This is an actual which is a handmade sign that he did. He's retired and does all kinds of woodworking, so I had to make me this sign. And I actually put a post on, yeah, I'll put that back up later. But if you actually wanted a wood subscribe sign, he will actually make you one. It's actually, if you go to creatorfundamentals.com, I actually put a post on there about it. They obviously there's a cost in doing that, but if you're interested, you can go there and check it out. Yeah, and actually a couple of my videos I've used it, but we actually did. It was, I laid out all the stencils to do it, and then as I was taping them together, I accidentally taped the R and the C backwards and didn't even notice it until I finished it. So yeah, it just sits there. You don't realize it, and it took us a while to realize it when I actually did it, but it was so funny I had to keep it. All right, so low budget gaming. Are you still in the house? If you are, we will do a live or a channel review for you. Just let me know in the chat, and then we will get that started. Let's see here. See, that's. Yeah, you too can have your very own subscribe sign. Or you can have an actual subscribe sign. I think it's more fun to say subscribe, though. I mean, honestly. There's low budget gaming. All right. All right, Vlogs Live. You are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're probably 6th in line. So sit back and relax. And if you want to hang out until then we will take a look. Yeah, it's funny though, because I was just thinking that I actually do. I actually started a line of t-shirts. If you go to BellaLucyTees.com, which looks like this here, and you'll have to tell me because it's actually, let's see here. I've started doing a line of t-shirts for creators, obviously by a creator. And I think that would make an excellent addition to that list of stuff. So, all right, let me get this next channel up, which is Low Budget Gaming. Bear with me. Alrighty. We are good to go on that front. And let's take a look at Low Budget Gaming. All right. Low Budget Gaming, helping you game on a budget, free game alerts, deals, sales, news, discussion, let's plays. So, now, I think the color on my monitor is slightly off, so I'm not really sure what color the background is. Is that a tannish color? Or is it more? Somebody let me know. I hear you, Digital Pants, and it's hard to take it's hard to take criticism, and please consider it constructive criticism. It's just it's much more efficient and better for you if it's just straight and to the point. Because when I first got serious about growth on YouTube, I went and did the same thing, and I had people review my channels, and it's not always what you want to hear. But if you're not growing the way you want to, and people are saying that your channel is good, then it's not really gonna, or it's doing everything it could be to grow the fastest, then you're not really getting value out of that. So. Light gray. Okay, thanks. All right, so taking a look at low budget gaming. So the one thing that I would say, you definitely let people know what your channel is about. I would question whether there's a few too many words on this screen. I might do... I'm not sure what free game alerts are. You'll have to let me know in the chat what a free game alert is. So you're obviously letting people know it's kind of like gaming news. So maybe I would just do gaming news discussion and let's play. Try to get this down to a more concise list, and I would probably get it all to fit on a single line. I do like that you got your little avatar here as your channel icon, and you're pulling that into your thumbnail. So we're going to take a look. You definitely, oh, see, now I remember some of your older thumbnails. I can see them here. So yeah, you're coming up with a consistent look here. The other thing that I would mention is that I see these look like maybe gaming covers. Is that what you're doing here, which is cool? If you can, so the goal of the text on your thumbnail is not to reiterate your title. It's more to capture attention. So you want to approach any text that you put on your thumbnail and, hey, how do I get that person scrolling through similar videos to stop long enough to read my title and want to watch my video? And that's kind of the approach. So, this first one, Watch Dogs, black screen fix, crashing at startup fix. I would find something a little less wordy here to kind of capture attention. Even if you did something like black screen solved, or something along those lines, a little less wordy, something to pique their attention long enough to get them to stop. Because if you think about it, you take somebody who's on their phone and they're scrolling through thumbnails, you got to stop them from scrolling with your thumbnail. That's kind of the goal. So in that regard, you want it to be catchy, you want it to stand out from all the other thumbnails, and you want that text to pique their interest quickly. And if you have a bunch of words and it takes too long to read, they're more likely to just keep scrolling. So that's something to consider. Try to find what the what that key, that individual word is that kind of summarizes your video, and build out from that to try to capture that attention and get them to look at your video and hopefully click on it. So go back to their home screen. You got your playlists, you got your descriptions in there. That is good. Permanently free. That looks good. Yep, you got all that set up. Yeah, that looks great. And we already know you have a fair number of playlists. Welcome to Low Budget Gaming. Aim is to help you game on a budget. The games are getting more and more expensive. Yep. All right. And then we will hop in here real quick. We'll throw it into the old channel review tool here quickly. And we'll see what else we got here. It's a relatively new channel. Let's see. When did you kick this sucker off here? So you started it off this year. Okay, cool. 25,000 views. All right. Let's take a peek over here. Okay, so looks like you're pretty much uploading, wow, 13 to 14 videos a week. That's intense. And you're definitely doing it every day. That is significant. So 568 videos. Oh, let's take a look here. I just want to see. those videos. One day, okay. All right. Take a look at the thumbnails, your recent ones. Yeah, for these, I know these are... I still might revisit this thumbnail style and try to figure out how you can do something a little different. I see the the variations in the flags, but I think it's almost too repetitive that people would just get used to them, and unless somebody is like following the series, you might have trouble trying to capture that attention that way. But watchdog. You have some good keyword phrases that you're matching on. You got a bunch here. That's good. Motorsport Manager. Now, seeing something like this, I would probably consider doing your Motorsport Manager Let's Play without the 118 on there to see if you can get, some hits on that. Free game alert. I do want to check in the chat and see if you told me what free game alerts are. Let's see here. Old Geezer Gaming in the house. How's it going, man? Let's scroll up here a little bit real quick. Was thinking the same thing. Wanted a second opinion. Oh, hang on. Let's get back here. Hey, buddy, gave a like. Awesome, Old Geezer Gaming. Add me too. Dan might as well. Rodney. All right. Rodney B. The same thing. I'll let you know when they're... Oh, I gotcha. So if like Steam or something is doing a free game, then you make a video about it and let people know. Watchdog videos follow up. If some of my subs wanted that, they were having issues with the game. For fix it videos, starting with how to might help search too. Old Geezer Gaming rocking the Creator Fundamentals t-shirt. Awesome. That player pool, I was hoping you review me. I do have you on the list, that player pool, but I'm doing them in the order that people requested them, so I will absolutely get to you. You just have a couple people in front of you. Hey, Doug Houston, thanks for joining the stream. We've made it to the channel review portion of the program. All right, so we got what game alerts are. So looks like you're doing well on these phrases. That's good. All right. And we look, these are the ones that have proven to be the most successful for you. So, ended free game alert, Watchdogs. Okay. All right, so I think that is good for that one. So yeah, aside from you're doing a lot of good things, I would try to minimize that text. Try to find some ways to kind of change up these particular thumbnails to get a little more variety in there. But it's good you got your icon in there, so you definitely made a lot of good improvements so far. So just keep chugging at it and making progress. Alrighty. Here we go. Take a peek in the chat real quick. Hello to everybody who joined the live stream. I appreciate you guys coming and hanging out tonight. Tonight we talked about YouTube demonetization and whether or not anybody was experiencing an uptick in demonetization. YouTube had made a release or made a statement that said that they had reduced the incorrect flagging of videos by 30%. on or around October 27th. But for me personally, I've actually seen an uptick in the amount of demonetization that's been occurring, at least on my channel. So I was curious to see how everybody else has been experiencing it. So no problem, Low Budget Gaming. I appreciate you hanging out, and feel free to ask questions. And I'm not sure if you're... It's so hard to know who's actually in the Facebook group because it's channel names on here and real names in the group. But anybody who's on the stream, if you want to be able to interact with other YouTubers who are all trying to do the same thing that you are, you can go to facebook.com/group/creatorfundamentals and join that group and ask questions either to me or other YouTubers, or interact and, you know, get input from other people who are doing what you do. All right, so we need to move on. Next up is Alex Fishing TV. Let me get that set up in the background. Talk amongst yourselves here momentarily. And then we will check out a channel. Alrighty. Okay, let's take a look at Alex Fishing TV. Here we go. So it's obvious and then this is another good example where we were having the conversation about how to name your channel, and one of the easy ways to do that is to kind of focus in on what your channel is about and consider ways to include that in your channel name. In this case, it's obviously a fishing channel. Without using any words in the channel art, you can clearly see that this is a fishing channel or a fishing related channel. You can see that in the icon and the channel art and in the thumbnails. Now it looks like you've experimented with a couple different varieties of branding in your thumbnails. I see you have your sidebar here on some, as well as the little icon in the lower left hand corner, which is good. Let me look at your videos real quick and try to see what is the most recent. So yeah, you've kind of adopted the little fancy A, which I think you used to have it up here, which was kind of like in your name there. So that helps people to identify your thumbnails as yours. You could probably make that a little bit bigger. I see on some of them, like this one down here, maybe not with the little corner there, but maybe bump that up in size a little bit, because I don't think it'll detract too much from the image. If you just pop that in the corner, and it'll allow people to see that it's you. The alternative to that would be to always include your face in your thumbnails, but I don't know if that's always feasible for you. So I would do one or the other. Might just bump that, because this, I mean, in some of these it's pretty small, so it's hard to kind of distinguish what it is. But that consistency allows people to know that it is your content. Take a look at playlists, videos. Official, I assume that's all. All right, let's take a peek at your home. So you have the horizontal playlists here, and you have brief descriptions, but descriptions nonetheless in terms of what each of your playlists are about. So that's good. And then let's take a peek over here. You're doing 4 to 5 videos a week. Have a similar spray pattern as my channel. Take a look at your thumbnails. And again, in terms of consistent look, you're bringing in the icon. I'm not sure what this little guy is here, but yeah, whenever when I don't see the icon here, so I mean, something that I would consider on your channel, because I do believe you're in all your videos, is trying to incorporate your face on all your thumbnails. Whether you do that as an actual screen print from a thing or you actually superimpose it over your image, you know, something to consider. Like on these, if you had your face over here, you know, that's something that you could consider to make a little more brand recognition between your thumbs there. You're definitely doing keyword phrases. You got some ranking ones in here. And then MorningFame suggests making more videos similar to these, because these are your most successful ones in terms of views and engagement. And I took a peek here. I don't know what you what's your most recent whatever you did today or recently seems to have quite the good uptick. So do more of that. And that, oh, let's see, gotta hop in the chat here real quick. It's kind of tough for me to watch the chat while I'm looking at the channels, so just want to make sure. All right, scroll back a little bit. Hey Harley, thanks for joining the stream. Stylish Dad in the house. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Old Geezer Gaming. 3:45 in the UK. British Cook. Here it's 10:48 p.m. Stylish Dad. Nothing more frustrating than not knowing that someone's channel is about. Got it on point. Absolutely. Some look individually, but collectively they're a bit messy. Yeah, got to get it bare. Yeah, and I think the right, when you look at them as a whole, that consistency, that the unity is lost a little bit there. But you might be able to do that with your icon there, and maybe finding some other ways to to bring them in. Cut out my face and paste it there. How long do you plan on posting video on helping YouTubers grow? How long do I plan on it? For years and years. I'm sure the channel will evolve over time, but there'll always be new information to share. Discovery Duo just joined the Facebook group. Awesome. Definitely, if you have any questions, ask them in there. I check it out on a daily basis. That was Alex Fishing TV. So if you like fishing, definitely check out that channel. All right, so we are going to jump to Discovery Duo. That'll be the next stream. All right, so let's bring up Discovery Duo. Oh, this looks like fun. All right. Okay, give me just a second here. We'll get that in there. Grab that. Next up is Discovery Duo, if I can click on the right screen. Alrighty. Okay. Discovery Duo, discoveryduoshow.com. Educate, inspire, entertain, and innovate. All right, we'll go ahead and click on the old subscribe button here. A father and son channel is what it appears to be. Educate, inspire, entertain, and innovate. Kind of a high-level perspective on what might be on the channel. Father and son duo who discover the world's many random and remarkable offerings and share those experiences with you weekly in an entertaining, educational, family-friendly format. Experiences come in the form of travel, meeting amazing people, doing amazing things behind the scenes of various professions. Also trying weird and crazy foods, odd or cool products, and so much more. Alrighty, so we've got... Let's see. I have a guess based on... Okay, so what are we? We're 10 videos in. Awesome. All right, is that everything? All videos. Okay, cool. Definitely a lot of color. I mean, I generally like your thumbnails. There is a little bit of a... One of the things that I see a lot, and I don't know that if this is what you're doing, but it's something that kind of... A lot of times when people join YouTube, they look at the really successful YouTubers, the big YouTubers, as kind of a guide on how they should operate. And a lot of times that can be not overly helpful for a brand new channel, in that they can kind of get away with a lot of stuff that's harder for a smaller channel to get away with. Like, all these thumbnails are cool, and most of them you can tell it's your face, but in terms of a a consistency among them, it's a little bit hard to see. I mean, you, over time, if your faces were really well known, and then your fans would be able to pick them out in all the different ways that they're kind of snuck in here. But like on some of these, it's just really hard to see your faces, so it makes it difficult to identify them as your brand. So I would kind of keep that in mind when you're making your thumbnails. Like, this is a good example where you can clearly see both of your faces, and this is something obviously that you've spent some work editing on. Your live streams, you're just doing a screen print from the live stream. In this case, one of your faces, but it's a profile and it's difficult to read. You want to be able to get your faces on there, and whenever possible, let people see your eyes, because that's kind of the engagement that happens from having that face on the thumbnail. I want to look here when we did. So July 2nd. The other thing that I would note is are you doing 1 week? Are you doing one? It just looks like there's a little bit of a gap in here. It vaguely looks like you're doing one video a week. The one thing I would say about that, if you are going to do live streams, I would do them in addition to a upload schedule as opposed to in place of a live stream. So like I wouldn't go a month and then wait a week and then just do a live stream. I would try to get a little more consistent and more frequent, if possible. I mean, if you're definitely consistent in one video a week, if you're truly looking to kind of maximize your growth, you may consider even more often than once a week, but I would definitely go at least once a week. And I wouldn't use a live stream as a replacement to a weekly video. So Daryl Eves actually suggests 3 videos a week if you want to, really focus on growing your channel. So it's something to consider. There are some channels that I know that have grown with less videos than that, but you kind of potentially put yourself at a disadvantage, which is fine. I mean, if you're comfortable at the rate in which you're growing, then that's really all that matters. There's no set schedule that somebody has to grow. So you do whatever works in your schedule and whatever you can consistently reproduce. Because it's more important that you're able to continue on and you don't get burned out than it is to, commit to 3 videos a week for a couple weeks and then say the heck with it and quit. So so we're at 10 videos, so your channel page still probably has some room to grow, but it's good you have your playlists with your detailed descriptions. That's good. And obviously these playlists are going to expand as you have more content. So, and then once your playlists expand past 5 videos, then I would get them listed here as, the horizontal playlist and let people see more of what you have going on. Checked out that, and we want to jump over here. All right, so again, videos 0 to 1 videos per week. Yeah, see, I'd try to up that number a little bit. And you have a, let's see how. So here, this is an example when you look at all your thumbnails together. Some you can kind of see that they're yours. Some kind of don't quite stand out as much. This one's a little bit harder to see. This one doesn't have anything. This one's just one of you. This one's just one of you. Your text and your design on these, I mean, this is probably one of your best thumbnails here. And the text is still nice and legible when it's small. Alrighty, and then Discover Do a Live Stream, World Wild Web Series, Transylvania Roman Cave Cheese. I would probably, do a little more, maybe a little more study on keyword research. You have a lot of really short keywords in here. So I would probably, again, there's I mean, if you're looking for a resource, the How to Grow Fast in 2018 playlist that I've created on the channel has a new keyword phrase search video that kind of goes into detail about using keyword phrases versus single keywords. The reality is a brand new channel is not going to rank on single word keyword phrases. So you really want to find phrases, longer phrases that can help you actually get. It basically allows you to get to the top of the list on less search results rather than being at the bottom of the list on something that's searched a ton. Because it doesn't help to be at the bottom of the list. And these are all going to result in really unhelpful positions in the rankings. Alrighty, and so that's what I would say on that. I think you're off to a good start. You got some nice thumbnails in there. I love the concept of the father-son thing. That seems like it's a lot of fun. If you're able to kind of up that production a little bit, or your frequency, I think that'd probably help you as well. All right, just going to check out the chat. You can get to 2, that may help the algorithm, but I would not risk quality for quantity. Yeah, and it's the live stream should really be bonuses, especially if you're just doing the weekly. You know, if you were doing 3 videos a week, and you subbed one of those out for a live stream, that probably wouldn't be awful. I mean, it is all content, but just in terms of building your subscriber base there, I might try to do an actual video a week plus a live stream occasionally. Awesome. I look forward to seeing that. Here, make sure that I subscribe to your channel so I can check it out as you guys grow, because that looks like a fun channel to do. My kids are still a bit well, my son's he's only 7, so maybe in a couple of years. Alrighty. Alright, so that's good. That now we are Fowlers. Is Fowler still in the chat? Oh, I knew I recognized that name. So we'll do the review on this even if he's not still in the chat. That's a All right, so Fowler's Makery and Mischief. That's the next on the channel review. So I actually met him at Vid Summit this year, and he was what's the name of he probably has it on here, but he was the winner. What's the actual? I want to get the name of the show right. Oh yeah, so he was on a show called Alone, and he actually won it. And let's see, what channel was it? I don't want to screw up the channel and misrepresent it, but it was like on... He's got to have videos on here about it, I would imagine. Oh, the History Channel. So he was actually on a show called Alone in season 3, and he won. He actually won the whole thing, so that was pretty cool. And I met him at Vid Summit, talked to him for a little while. Yeah, if you start to get serious and you want to grow your channel, Vid Summit, it's a little bit pricey, but it was a really cool experience to be able to go out there and interact with a bunch of YouTubers who had all kinds of knowledge to share. It was a pretty awesome experience, and I got to meet some pretty cool people. Briefly met Gary Vaynerchuk, for those of you who are familiar with it. Sean Doris, Nick Nimmin, Brian G. Johnson, Roberto Blake, Owen Hemsath, Owen Video. So that was a real good time. All right, so let's look at videos in grid format here and kind of get a sense. Now, see, in this case, this is a good example where he's the brand. So in the majority of these videos, he has his iconic hat and obviously his beard, and you can see here the logo, which is basically that hat and beard. So he has developed himself as the actual brand, which is certainly a way that you can go about it. And it seems to be a channel focused on making stuff. My name is Zachary John Fowler. I live in the Maine woods and love to make stuff for practical use and fun. Practical side, we have a small fame we're building up to self-sufficiency, and we posting videos how to do this. New small farm and woodsman things. And mischief side, we like to have fun, make things go boom. All right, so I think, like I said, with the he's got that logo, and he also has, you know, that his branded look there. So I think all that works. There's a couple in here. And again, as I mentioned, as your channels get bigger, and this is a larger channel, he's got 12,000 subscribers. I'm sure he's got a ton of views. So it becomes a nice successful day there. As your channel begins to grow and you have that channel authority, it becomes a little bit easier and less important to do some of the SEO work, because YouTube knows what your channel is about and they know how to promote it. So they don't need as much input from you to decide who to get it out to. You know, when you have 12,000 subscribers, you can get good view velocity when you release a new video, which in turn is going to you know, probably get your video into suggested videos and really help you to get a lot of views. I mean, and we'll look on this channel, I'm sure we'll find some pretty high view videos. Yeah, 143,000, 75,000 is Alaska the Last Frontier. Yeah, he was actually telling me, we talked briefly about his experience on the show. He lost a ton of weight while he was out there in the woods. Seems like a pretty interesting way to go. So if you ever come across the History Channels alone, I think it was it season 3 that he won? Definitely worth going and checking it out. Looks like a cool channel too. Rodney B. Hunt says, I have to go to Vid Summit next year. Absolutely. Harley, thinking the same thing. Vid Summit seems to have more draw without it being the circus that is Vid. Yeah, see, I would definitely go to Vid Summit again. I would never go to VidCon. I'm definitely more interested in the business side of YouTube than the whole fanboy kind of thing. I mean, it's fun to meet people, but we need to spell check that about text. Those are a cool channel. We'll be checking it out. All right. So I thought I recognized that. So that player pool, are you still here? You're up next. Deadliest player. Alrighty. If he is still in. If he's still here, there you are. Alrighty, we will pull up your channel and take a look. Got it right there. That was a failed transition. All right. The Deadliest Player, DPP Games, that player pool, I am assuming is what that stands for. So we assume it's a gaming channel. Welcome to my funhouse. I'm a gamer who records and does gaming every once in a while. I do monthly vlogs to update my supports on my situation and uploads. Expect videos on Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Saturday, any day that are not listed are new games released that day. All right, so video, what are we doing on frequency? 2 days a week, All right, so again, and a lot of this stuff becomes repetitive in nature because it's just stuff that works. One of the things that I will say about the thumbnails is that there's really no way to tell that they're related. There's some stuff on some of them that kind of looks similar to each other that may kind of form a branding, but there's others that are just kind of, you know, graphics with no real tied into branding. So one of the things I would suggest for this channel is to find a way to come up with branding that you can incorporate throughout your icon and channel art and your thumbnails. And you really want to find a design rather than, I mean, a lot of these have like imagery from the games, which is good, but if people can't really tell it's your content, it makes it kind of difficult for your channel to grow. Let me look at your main channel page. Now, the one thing that I see here is a gaming channel, but this kind of looks like a reaction video, which means that you're kind of into the vlogging kind of world in that respect. You got a couple playlists. How many total videos you have? Yeah, so you appear to have plenty of videos, so I would recommend that you get more playlists set up if you do have a number of playlists. So you've got a variety of playlists in here. So I would want to get those playlists displayed on your main page. So rather than having this list of playlists, I would get each individual playlist listed out horizontally so you can expose more of your content and give people the opportunity to see something that might catch their eye and cause them to watch more. All right. And did we fire this one up? No, we will. We'll let that chug in the background. And then, yeah, the consistency of the thumbnails. I just want to see videos. We'll take a look Done the first mission, Naruto. Oh, Batman. Yeah, there definitely seems to be I see some videos scattered in there that kind of veer off of the gaming concept, it seems. Let's take a look and see what we got going on here. So 66 videos total. Again, here, when we look at all of your thumbnails combined, you have your mask here in some of them. You know, but like this video is hard to see your face. This one, you can't really tell. And this kind of stuff might work as you get, if you had a really, really big channel. But right now you're trying to establish a brand identity, and you really want that consistency to help do that. So like this one and this one and this one, you know, find a way to come up with, you know, even if you find like an animated representation of this mask, if that's what you're going to use as your brand, and include it on every thumbnail in a consistent spot so people can tell they're yours, that'll help you to kind of build that, establish that look here. All right. And then thumbnail, definitely keyword research. If you haven't checked out my video on keyword research, I definitely do that. Because you definitely want to be targeting keyword phrases and not these individual words. These individual words really aren't going to help you much. So I would take all the space that are being used up in these individual words and try to find some keyword phrases that you can rank in. Strategy relative to your channel. These are some of your more popular videos in terms of views and engagement. So figure out what worked in them and do some more of that. Alrighty. And take a look here. Discovery Duo, thanks for all the great insights. Time for bed. Good night, Discovery Duo. Glad you could join. Tower Films Canada. Hey man, just joined. Hoping it's not too late to get a channel review. Absolutely not. We can definitely take a look. Tower Films. All right, so we just did that. Did Vlogs Live, is Vlogs Live still in the chat? If you are, just let me know. Leave a comment. Otherwise, we will move on to Rodney's channel. You're welcome, Dat Player Pool. All right. And don't forget, and if you're in the live stream and you have not yet done it, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Also, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. I appreciate it. Just joining too. Been hit by the demonetization on just about every video. Yeah, that's I don't know if you said you're just joining the live stream. So one of the conversations that we had was the fact that YouTube had put out a statement saying that they were reducing the false demonetization by 30% on or around October 27th. And for me personally, my channel has actually been hit more frequently since that time. Let's see here. Awesome. All right. So we are going to pull up Rodney B. Hunt. All right, let's take a look. Rodney B Hunt Tech and Tips. Tongue twister, apparently. For YouTube creators. New videos every Monday and Friday. I see some inspiration in your thumbnails from Nick Nimmin. Alright, so you got your horizontal playlists, which I like. You got your descriptions, looking good. Definitely see some Nick Nimmin in some of these, some of your thumbnails. But you got your face on them, looking good. You can easily identify them as yours. Need your description on that playlist. Oh, actually, let me pop this in here to chug a lug while we look at the other stuff here. Let me look. I want to look at your videos from newest to oldest, see what your latest stuff looks like. Apparently, if I can actually click on it. All right, so okay. Playlist. Look here. So yeah, I mean you're you have you're obviously your brand, your face. You have your face prominently displayed everywhere it needs to be. People will definitely be able to tell that it is your content. I'm trying to decide about that background color on your header. I feel like you're owning the yellow, and I'm wondering whether or not your header should be yellow. But in any event, that's just something to consider. But I think the obviously people can tell that it's you, so you're off in a good direction in that regard. Check your about section, make sure that's all decked out. Tell everybody what you're all about. Rodney Hunt, all about helping you learn how to create videos, grow your channel, and other YouTube related tips. Review camera, lighting, microphone, video editing software, computer gear for YouTube creators. You will also receive tips to grow your channel, rank on the first page of search, and tips on creating a YouTube channel. Awesome. Alrighty, and let's see if we're up in here. Yeah. 1 to 2 videos a week. And let's take a look. Yeah, I mean that looks, that's what you want your consistency to look like. I mean, everybody will be able to understand that these are yours. You're kind of in the same boat that I am on my channel. What I would do and what I still need to do for my channel is do some additional cutouts to try to add a little variety to the expression. It's the same problem I have. I think I've done like 3 or 4 cutouts to put on my thumbnails. So, you know, as you have time, as you expand, get some more variety in there. Take a look at them on the dark YouTube, looking good. Go out here and look, and again with these big wording is still, you can still read these guys, fairly small, so that all looks good. Taking a look at ranking, you are doing the keyword phrases, getting some to rank. Looking good. MorningFame. Update channel reviews. Yep, we got definitely finding some ones to rank with. That is excellent. And then these are the ones that have been the most successful for you, so you should try to make more like that. Yeah, so I mean, you're definitely off to a good start with your branding, and your thumbnails are all nice and consistent. People can definitely tell they're yours. So I would say just keep doing what you are doing. Transition out here and hop into the chat. Certainly be up for channel review as well. Silver Fortune. Okay. Silver Fortune. All right, cool. So that was Rodney. Yeah, Harley, I was looking at that, like that, yeah, the striped yellow pattern, and I was trying to decide, it kind of adds a little more interest to it. So, but yeah, just in full, here. So I see a few new names. So just in, this is my channel. And as you can see, like I was talking to Rodney about, one of the things that I need to do is create a few more of these expressions, get a little more variety in there. But finding that color scheme, finding your brand, and getting that all consistent so people can easily identify your thumbnails when they happen upon them can really help you go a long way. So next up we have Tower Tower Films. All right. If you just joined the stream, I appreciate it if you click the like button. And hopefully you're already subscribed to Creator Fundamentals, but if not, go ahead and do that as well. Or subscribe. You can do that. And let me get the next one queued up here in the background. Next up is Tower Films Canada. Tower Films Canada. Skits, shorts, and shows. All right, so by the header, it leads me to believe that these are like short films and things that are being made, and that's what the channel is about. Welcome to Tower Films Canada, the home of Future Reach Podcast, a show about anything and everything geek, and the land of movie reviews of all sorts. Re-release content every Wednesday and Sunday. We will also be releasing short films spanning a variety. And to complete the nerd pyramid, we will also be bringing gameplay and game analysis later on. All right, so my first thought on this, by looking at your header and then looking at the content below it, is that there's a disconnect between what you're actually doing. Let's see here. Because I see Ragnarok. These are all obviously movie reviews. I see McGregor Mayweather, a game review. I'm not sure if this is one of your short films here. I don't know what Anime North is, if that's like a conference maybe. Let's look at your playlists. All right, so here's my thoughts. Obviously, you created your header with the intention of doing skits, shorts, and shows. But the majority of your content right now seems to be movie reviews and a podcast. So I would probably kind of... There's a disconnect between what you're immediately presenting to people that they should expect from your channel and what you're actually providing them. I mean, I imagine that ultimately that's your goal. And I don't know whether you prefer to do a movie review or whatever the case is, but you kind of want to figure out how to address that. Because I think if somebody sees your header and they're interested in seeing original content and you keep uploading movie reviews, that may chase people away. So I would suggest you either find a way to elaborate in your channel art what it is you're actually doing, just to give people a better understanding of what they should actually expect from your channel. Oops. That's not what I wanted to do. But you do have some good channels in there. Rapid reviews. And also, the other thing with playlist names, keep in mind whenever possible you want them to be a searchable keyword phrase, kind of like you would add to a video. So like Garth Spotlight, don't really know what that is. I don't know who Garth is. If you're Garth, or so you gotta kind of consider the perspective of somebody who doesn't know who you are or what you do, and think about how you can present your stuff to them in a way that will make them interested. For somebody to drill into a playlist called Garth Spotlight when they have no idea who Garth is, may pose kind of a challenge to hook that particular viewer. So, and then as your content expands, you would want to take your playlists and get them spread out here on, so you have Halloween, Yeah, and I let's see. Right now, it just seems like there's a lot of variety on your channel, and it's not quite as focused as it should be. Your channel art implies you're super focused, but then you kind of veer off in a few different directions. So, like, rather than doing sketch shorts and shows, if you maybe did a tagline that was something like, you know, reviews, you know, reviews and original content, or some way to kind of tie everything into what you're doing. You can still obviously be the Tower Films Canada, but set the proper expectation in your channel art is probably the best way to say that. All right, 1 to 2 videos a week. Looks like most of your stuff is done on Sunday. Then we go and we look at these thumbnails. And aside from the review clapboard that you have in there, there's really nothing in these thumbnails that tie them all together under your brand. What I would actually consider doing is taking your logo, taking this little film cutout that you have here, which I assume is kind of like your logo, cut that out, and it's something that would fit nicely down in the lower left hand corner of all your thumbnails, and that would identify your content as yours. And that would probably be a good way to kind of start to bring all your branding together, so people can identify what's from you. Justice League. I would also recommend, if you haven't watched it yet, in my 2018 playlist, How to Grow Your Channel Fast in 2018, there is a thumbnail or a keyword research video. I would highly recommend watching that. I would avoid all of these small these Justice League. I would avoid these short keyword phrases and try to find ones that you can actually rank on. And if you're not familiar with how that works, that video will get you started. Shows you how to use TubeBuddy, or how to just use simple searching on YouTube to find keyword phrases that you can actually rank for. And not only keywords that you can rank for, but keywords that people are actually searching for. Like, one of the things, like, obviously you'll rank for Gary Spotlight, because that's only meaningful to you, but nobody's going to search for Gary's Spotlight. So you want to find those keyword phrases. That doesn't mean you don't put that in your keyword phrases if you want to, create that consistency across all those related videos, but you want to also include keyword phrases that you can actually rank on the first page on. And the videos that have done the best comparatively. So trying to focus on those types of videos can help you as well. Alrighty, how we doing here? Just gonna take a look at the chat here real quick. Rodney says he's changed his art about 10 times or so. I hear you. I've probably done the same to mine. Tower Films Canada. We just went through a phase of changing every single thumbnail for the channel. Yeah, and I've done it too. I've gone through and rebranded my thumbnails a number of times. I have another channel called The Average Dan, And I've had a bunch of revisions of thumbnails on that channel. So I hear you. One of the things that you can do is sort your videos by most popular. Start with your most popular videos and work your way backwards. That way the videos people come across the most often are the ones that you fix first. That's just something that you can do. Silver Fortune says not that you shouldn't pursue your creative desires, but I wonder if a channel geared more towards movie reviews would help your channel grow. And that's the other thing. If you have two very separate things that you're interested in doing, you can do two different channels. If you enjoy doing the movie reviews, but you also want to have a channel that's focused on original content, that may or may not prove to be two different channels. The question you have to ask yourself is whether the person who goes out in search of a particular movie review, is also going to want to see someone's original skits and shorts on that same channel. Poor Garth. Rodney's got to take off. Rodney, I appreciate you hanging out in the stream tonight. Have a good one. Harley, that's an interesting thing because Tim Schmoyer suggests that that's not the case anymore. But I still do it. Silver Fortune, you are up next, and we can look at your branding or self-proclaimed lack thereof on your thumbnails, but not a problem. We will take a look and see what's going on. All right, let's see. Silver Fortune. I must tell you, this just looking at this channel makes me giddy. I spent a good portion of my 20s and 30s involved in coin collecting and bullion and everything. So, all right. Make sure we have the. Right. Good. Okay. Silver Fortune. Definitely have the consistent branding among those. As I suspected, this channel is about investing in silver and gold. Have a fairly decent subscriber count. Take a peek. Pretty good. And 140,000. Okay. All right. How big is a big stat? Yeah, so you have so in this scenario, it kind of brings up an example of when branding is not as important. And so you have a fair amount of subscribers, but a lot of these videos are probably what might be considered evergreen videos. Other flash crash for silver and gold. In that people are looking for educational material on the subject, and it's not really time sensitive in a lot of cases. I have a number of videos like that on the Average Dan that are kind of how-tos. But if you are trying to build a brand and you need to use that brand for I guess the question is how, let's see here. The question about the branding that I would have would pretty much have to do with how you, above and beyond like advertising, how have you or do you plan on developing this channel in a business sense? I don't know if you help people invest in silver or how that works, but that would kind of dictate how important the whole branding concept is on these types of videos. But if, however it is that you're monetizing your brand, that it may or may not prove useful to just, even if you did something like taking your little silver fortune thing and putting it as like a semi-transparent logo in all of your thumbnails. I mean, the thumbnails don't match each other, but they're just very, very nice to look at. I mean, they kind of capture your attention. Let's see if I can pop up the chat so I can see it. %50 on evergreen. So are you in the are you somehow in the precious metal investment business? What's the motivation of this channel? Because if Silver Fortune is like an actual brand and a company and that stuff, then I would definitely consider, because you have the type of images that you do, I would probably consider putting your Silver Fortune logo in the lower right hand corner or somewhere on them. But some of these thumbnails are just so vivid, it's like coin porn. And maybe that's just my my bias because I used to be involved in coins so much, but they're fun to look at. Podcast format. All right. So yeah, I would probably, whenever possible, I would probably try to get that your Silver Fortune icon on your thumbnails, to help that brand. Yeah, do you take these pictures yourself or do you find them? Because some of these are just so so captivating you'd click on them without any description. Mostly find them, yeah. High resolution images like these are just, yeah, especially when it's precious metals and coins. Yeah, don't we all? I used to have a ton of Morgan dollars, but I kind of got rid of all that. Alrighty. So, yeah, I mean, that would pretty much be home, popular uploads. I would get... like these vertical ones, unless you have a real specific need to get somebody visibility to the description of a video, which is what this vertical format does. And it'd really be up to you based on the content, but I just think the ability to use more real estate with the horizontal playlist like this, where you get the image and the title, just allows for more content to be shown in less space. So rather than have the majority of your display filled up with text, especially when you have images like these, I would probably opt for the vertical or for the horizontal playlists and get more imagery on there that would cause people to want to click on it. And you are just 5 subscribers away from 7,000. But yeah, that's probably where I would go on that. I think the rest of what you have there, and I mean, maybe the one other thing that I would suggest is that on your channel art, maybe elaborate below where it says Silver Fortune exactly what the channel's about. I mean, obviously your thumbnails present that it's about precious metal, but some type of summary might benefit you as well for people who can't figure it out. So let's see how it seems to be a popular topic considering the views and the subscribers you have in the past year. All right. Yeah, see, that's nice. But see, that's one of the things that hopefully, rather than just sitting on that ad revenue, to figure out how you can kind of expand it beyond YouTube. If you have if you set up a mailing list, you get people off of YouTube and collect that information and being able to work with them outside of YouTube. That would be cool. But yeah, some of those thumbnails, even if people weren't interested in coins, they would click on them just because they're so interesting to look at. 6:30 watch time, that's nice. Is it a big bullion dealer, or is it like was it like APMAX or AppMex? Is that how the or is it like somebody local that you deal with? All right. So SD bullion, all right. All right, so I think we are going to wrap it up for this evening. I appreciate everybody hanging out tonight. Definitely time to wrap it up, and I appreciate everybody who came and hung out tonight. Yeah, I think that shall do it. That's all for tonight. I will talk to you guys again soon. Yeah, 5 minutes to midnight. That's all for now, guys. Talk to you later.